My name is Skye Carter.
Okay, now you put it all together, okay?
Oh, I'm 100% deaf.
Skye is the most fun-loving person. When someone meets Skye, they tell me how happy she is always, and she says, I can't please everyone all the time, but I don't care if they don't like me because I can't hear. I'm okay with it. I dropped a frying pan. Austin came running into the room and Skye continued to play. We had her hearing tested and it came back that she had a profound sensorineural hearing loss. We were told that she had no hope for ever hearing and we should learn sign language and go to the school for the deaf. When we received the first diagnosis, it hit me like a tidal wave. And I couldn't imagine how I would raise a child who was deaf. And I called my doctor and he said, give me 3 days and I will find you the best of the best. 2 days later, he called me with the name of Dr. Nancy Young.
I implanted Skye's first ear when she was 20 months old, and then when she was about 7, I implanted her second ear.
What a pretty ear you have. Yeah.
I think Dr. Young's made a huge impact in my life. If she hadn't become a surgeon, I might not be hearing.
And I asked her, will this cochlear implant work? She said, absolutely it will work. However, 5% is the cochlear implant, 5% is the follow-up, and 90% is the parent. So when I walked out that day, Dr. Young had given us so much hope, but now I had a 90% on my shoulders, which felt like 900 pounds. I only had so much energy. Didn't have energy to save a marriage that was falling apart. Her dad sort of mentally dropped out, I'd say. By the time Skye was 7 years old, he had moved out completely and had filed for divorce. Our insurance told us that a cochlear implant was not medically necessary. And then I got mad and I said, my child deserves this and I am going to do everything I possibly can to fight to get her a cochlear implant. So we went to insurance 4 times and went through the appeal process 3 times after that initial rejection. I called home and listened to my messages, and on that message was Rochelle Wyatt from Advanced Bionics saying, I have the approval in my hand for Skye to get her cochlear implants. And I fell to my knees. My little girl is going to hear.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go!
After the insurance approval, Skye had her surgery within 2 months.
Yeah, that's it. Good girl. Good listening, Skye.
When the device is initially activated, that can be very moving for families.
When they turned her on, the audiologist looked at me and she said, Mom, we're going to turn to voice now. Skye is no longer going to hear beeps and programming. She's going to hear your voice. And at that time, I felt a huge lump in my throat, and I, who loved to talk, was speechless. I just said, hi, Skye.
Skye. Skye. I heard you. Did you hear me?
And she looked at me, and she dove into my chest and started laughing and just clung on to me.
That's the bed. Bed. Let's do this. Good job.
And go.
Skye has band class at school and she plays the clarinet. I initially put her in band just to help her with her breath support and so she would have better speech. And I learned that she could play an instrument fairly well. And there are times that I see her cleaning or doing her chores and she has her iPod on and I can hear her singing.
I first met Skye Carter last year. She was introduced as one of the very lucky children who had been a recipient of the cochlear implant. And I was really so taken with her dancing.
After learning the tango, I learned that I could actually be a really great dancer, and now I love dancing.
It's so exciting to see how her love of dance and how this technical innovation has allowed her to be just one of the kids.
Look at where we have come from a child who was told she wouldn't be able to hear or speak to not only speaking but dancing.
The cochlear implant is technology that is amazing, and it definitely has changed this child's life, and it will change the lives of so many others if they are able to be lucky enough to get it.
If we didn't have the cochlear implant, Skye would be at the School for the Deaf, and I would be only visiting her on the weekends. And instead, my daughter has had an opportunity to live a full life, and I've been able to keep my children and myself together in one home and give Skye the best that she can. And she also can hear, all because of the Alfred Mann Foundation and this invention.
I love my life. There's not one thing I will honestly change about it. I am who I am. Push me down, I'll get right back up. Say I'll never get anywhere, I'll turn around and say, watch me prove you wrong.